Hello Gemini, welcome to your May 2019 He Said, She Said reading. Thank you for joining us. My name's Michelle.
And my name is Richard.
We're doing the True He Said, She Said, which means I'll be reading as you, Gemini, and Richard will be reading the opposite side, who you are thinking about. Depending on how you identify, either side can resonate, so please keep that in mind. So Gemini, you've pulled an interesting card from Les Vampire. You've pulled the card of seduction. Now this speaks, of course, of allure, desire, and manipulation. The card is a call to self-knowledge, to understand that when you are called to someone who may be very attractive, something that you desire, you may be drained. And there is an energy here of coming to know that the love that has been offered to you has been for the satisfaction of another. There's an energy of manipulation and use. There's an energy around this of someone being ready to seduce. If you choose to be seduced, they'll have what they want and you will lose more than you know. So it's a red flag. It's about being careful. Now, it could be either way. I get the sense here that if you've already been through this, then you're able to discern much more clearly between people who are healthy for you and people who you would do well to avoid. You may no longer be tempted by people. There is a feeling here of saying no to attractive advances. Now, the opposite side of this is that it's about reassessment. Reassessment of the kinds of people and situations that you find attractive. Are you inviting unwelcome dramas and situations into your life? Now, Gemini, from the Angels deck, Richard has pulled the card of What Do You Desire?
So what do you desire? You now have the opportunity to write the script according to your heart's true desires. Once you clearly decide upon your true desires and know that you're ready and deserving of them, they'll rush into your life as if by magic. But what do you desire, Gemini?
I'm wondering, because I feel like there's a warning here. To be on guard against someone who on the surface may look attractive, but becoming involved with them, there's a sense here of losing oneself. So let's see.
Be careful of what you desire. I think it's going to be the message that we're going to be looking at here.
So let's take a look. I've already meditated on your energy, so we'll start with the status of the relationship, how you feel about this person, the strength, the weakness of the relationship, what you should continue to do, what you should stop doing, Gemini, and what is the likely outcome here if nothing changes.
I'm going to lay down the same cards. Status of relationship, how this person feels about you, Gemini, the strength, the weakness, what this person should keep doing, what this person should stop doing, and the outcome if nothing changes.
Let's take a look at the status. Okay, Ten of Swords in reverse. So with this one, I do feel that there is an energy here of forgiveness, acceptance, and healing. I feel that there has already been an ending to this relationship. So I get the feeling here that this is going to be about a situation where you were seduced, Gemini, and around this there was a great deal of pain and suffering that you needed to get through before you could reach this place of acceptance and forgiveness.
Okay, so over here, the status of relationship. Five of Swords in reverse. So this also has an energy of forgiveness about it to me. It's a sense of not wanting to walk away a smug victor, of there not wanting to be a situation where one person wins and one person loses. So there's an energy of no one loses around this card, I think.
Let's see how you're viewing this person here, Gemini. The Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay. So I do feel that you are thinking of this as a hasty action. An action perhaps that was taken without regard for the consequences. It seems to me like there was something that was entered into rather quickly and ended badly, is what I'm getting here.
So over here, how this person feels about you, Gemini, the devil. So depending on how this is resonating, this could be how this person is feeling about the person who seduced them, or it could just be their energy, the energy of the person who was doing the seducing.
Yeah, it's a very kind of obsessional quality, isn't it? You know, when there's that seduction from someone, that love bombing, if you will, if someone's really pouring on the charm, then that's the kind of relationship which can start very quickly. But there's a reason behind that. Why do people need to rush in? Why is so much effort being put into the seduction of someone?
Yeah, so the thought here is also that if this is the person who did the seducing, for example, they may see this person as being somewhat a victim of their own lust.
Let's have a look at the strength. We've got the Queen of Cups in reverse. So with here, it's about emotional manipulation. You know, the thing is, if I see this as the seducer, I have them as the female here, but of course it could be male, and it's manipulation by the use of emotion. And this is it's a bad kind of thing, because it gives people the wrong kind of impression. If someone seduces and seduces other people who they see as perhaps somehow vulnerable.
Easy mark.
Yeah, that kind of energy, you know, it's a feeling here of someone who, even if you know, the thing is, even if you knew on some level that this person might be dangerous, there's still an energy here of this person. I feel like what they did here, the thinking behind it, there's some kind of manipulation here where this person understands very deeply what people desire, and this is how they work. This is how they work. They find out what someone wants. They find that weak spot,
and then they give it to them,
and then they give that person what they want,
but only for a short time.
Yes.
And they feed off that. It's narcissistic kind of energy, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, so the more I'm beginning to look at this, I'm beginning to see this as being the seducer. So you've got the hasty action there, and then the consequence of that is somebody sort of coming out of a betrayal. Over here, this person here seems to be somewhat forgiving of being seduced, possibly.
No, I still think that they're still they're still very attached.
You still think they're attached as well?
And I think that there's still some harbouring of difficult feelings down there when it comes to...
With the Five of Swords in reverse?
Somebody walking away after perhaps this energy here of having felt defeated.
Okay, all right.
Perhaps by a manipulator, that's what I'm getting.
Okay, fair enough. Right, so we'll look at the strength of this person. Page of Swords, I think it's like Michelle was saying. So there is still some ill feeling here. I was initially saying that there wasn't, but there's still ill feeling, and possibly harsh words that are still being said by the person who was seduced. You know, why did you do this? Why did you end this? I'm thinking this person probably isn't even in contact anymore with this person. They probably don't really have anything to do with them. So this person over here who was seduced is seeing them as being well, the devil, as having those devil qualities. Somebody who is quite a obsessional or addictive type person.
I get very much an energy here of be careful what you desire. Because yes, the person, you'll have that person. Yes, it may have been a wish come true to be with someone like this for this period of time. But you also, at the end of it, leave a piece behind. It's when you think of vampires, and this is the lay vampire deck, so that's why I'm thinking of vampires. When you think of a vampire, they will seduce for their own needs. Very much get someone into bed here to feed on. It's like an ego. If you think of not in terms of a vampire and blood, if you think of a person, and a person trying to feed an ego, and they need that ego fed, like a vampire needs blood to survive. I feel like this person needs their ego fed to survive. Because underneath it all, they're quite empty. They're like an empty husk. A vampire without that new blood is a husk, an empty shell, a corpse, if you will. So I feel like this energy around this person is someone who is that empty husk, but they feed on others' weaknesses, give them what they want, take what they can, and then I get an unfortunate energy here of leaving them feeling like they have left a part of them with that vampire, with that emotional manipulator, to the point where it gets them quite obsessed and quite angry that this person is no longer there. It's like if you think of a vampire and a person that they'd feed off, there's that they need each other
for a while.
It's that kind of feeling that I'm getting around this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at the weakness. The Six of Cups in reverse. So this is something that's happened in the past. It is in the past now, and there needs to be a letting go, a release of the memories of this,
and certainly any anger that might be associated with it. Now the Page of Swords in reverse here is there's a strength. Maybe a little anger is good for a while, but not for an extended period of time.
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at the weakness over here of this person. So we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So this has a midlife crisis kind of energy about it. So this person might have been vulnerable to someone seducing them because they were in that kind of a midlife crisis mode.
Yeah. The Five of Swords is interesting, isn't it, Richard? Because it's impossible to know when you turn over that card, especially if it's in the reverse, how it's going to turn out without looking at other cards. But looking at all of those four together, it's a very harsh energy. And in the reverse, it can actually mean, it's one of those cards which it can mean things getting better, or it can actually go the opposite way. It can say getting worse. So I feel there's an energy here of exacerbation.
Right.
Exacerbating feelings of defeat, of being used.
Right.
That kind of energy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look and see what you should continue to do here, Gemini. The Knight of Cups. Yeah, the thing that I get with this and in this person's position, now I don't feel like I'm speaking that this is you, Gemini, because I don't feel the person that's doing this is the one that's watching tarot. I feel like I'm speaking to a cross-watcher here who is dealing with a Gemini who's doing this, or Gemini, you're having this done to you by another person, perhaps even another Gemini.
Yeah, this is very narcissistic energy.
Very much so.
Over on this side here, narcissists don't tend to watch.
This is someone who doesn't
tarot.
Really pay attention to consequences, acts very impulsively, doesn't really learn, has never really grown up. There's a stunted energy around the Six of Cups in reverse, in not being able to learn from past mistakes. It's like an energy of someone who peaks emotionally at a very young age and never grows from there. Remains staying stunted in that teenage kind of energy.
Yeah, Peter Pan kind of energy, isn't it?
It is Peter Pan kind of energy. So for this person, it seems like their best course of action is just doing what they normally do, which is that dreamy kind of fantasy love. There's no substance behind this.
No depth.
This person likes that dreamy romance. They like that very romanticized, idealized new love. But nothing that goes beyond that.
Nothing of any substance.
There's no substance, there's no reality to this. It's all very much romantic comedy movies and thinking that things are like they are on the television, but there's no real life beyond this card.
Yeah, so what this person should keep doing, 6 of Swords in the upright. Yeah, they should move on from rough waters into calmer ones. And that means staying away from this kind of energy over here. This person may well be in a midlife crisis, and they may well be still vulnerable to this kind of use by somebody who's a seducer, somebody who is a love vampire of sorts.
Let's take a look and see what you should stop doing here, Gemini, or this person, I feel like saying. Page of Wands in reverse. Well, with this one here, the thing is that they start very animatedly. They start very youthful. I get a very youthful energy around this person. This person might be in their 40s or 50s. It makes no difference. They have this youthful energy around them, and there's no growth. There's no growth from that. And I feel that this person comes in impulsively, excitedly, animatedly, and very childlike in their energy, but it's more childish than childlike, actually. It's more childish with this 6 of Cups in reverse, because this is not someone who's grown beyond that page.
Yeah, it's not really desirable behaviour, is it?
No, it's very childish behaviour. So this kind of childish behaviour is what they should stop, but will they? I don't think so. I think that this is something that they will continue to do with that Knight of Cups.
So over here, what this person should stop doing, Temperance in reverse. Well, they should stop being unbalanced. They should stop overindulging in things they shouldn't be indulging in. And in this instance, it's people who seduce or suck the energy from you. The advice on this side is very clear. Move from rough waters into calmer ones.
Yeah.
And stay away from the overindulgence.
You know what this is? I get very strongly this is an energy of someone on that side of the table who very well may be going through that midlife discontent, or it doesn't have to be midlife, it could be any age really, but it's a feeling here of not being happy with what they have. They feel a sense of a little bit lost, I feel, a little bit lost around them. Now, what I get is that they are going through some difficult times in their life. They're trying to get out of that, yes, but there's still a feeling around them of something not working out in their past. Now, I get that there's a little bit of an addictive personality around that individual. So they're likely to be more someone who falls...
Is it more prone to
seduction than someone with a stronger...
sense of self.
Sense of self. That's exactly right. And I get that this person over here, I have them as possibly a Queen of Cups kind of person in the reverse. It could be a water sign. But what I get here is that this person sees an opening, an opportunity, because they're seeing weakness from the other individual. Now, what I get around this is that this may be coming out not as a sexual thing. So this may be quite surprising if this is you, Gemini. You may not even be aware that this person is seducing you. But what I get here around this is that this person knows on some deep level of what you want. And you know what it is? I think that they see you as feeling misunderstood. With that Eight of Pentacles in reverse, it's often the card of a let's call it a man, but it doesn't have to be. It could be a woman who feels misunderstood, or they may even be saying, look, my partner doesn't understand me. They may be vocalizing this to this seducer. This person sees this as an opportunity and says, okay, this person wants to be understood. I'm going to show them that I understand, but it's all fake.
Yeah, it only lasts a short while and then it's done.
Yeah, that's the energy that I get. Is this person sees you as someone who says that they're not being misunderstood by a partner or not being understood in life. So they see that void that you want filled. You want to feel someone that deeply understands you. So this person is saying, I'll be that person. I'll show you I understand. But it's all just for seduction purposes. So be really careful here, Gemini. If this is someone around you and they're being very... the thing is, they won't seem disingenuous on the surface. They'll seem quite the opposite. They'll be playing up all of their
good points.
Their points here, which is not like your partner. If you're saying your partner is this, they're going to be the opposite. They're going to try and be the one that you really want. If you're saying my partner's not physical with me or not physical enough, they're going to be that. If you're saying my partner doesn't speak to me, they're abrasive to me, then they're going to be the opposite to that. So that's what I'm picking up. Let's take a look at the outcome here if nothing changes. Yeah, the Seven of Swords in reverse. Yeah. The thing is, this person has hidden motives. It's like they're trying to steal something that isn't theirs. So you may be partnered, Gemini. That's what I'm getting an energy of here. Someone who's partnered, and this person is wanting you. And I get this energy here that this person is going to try their darndest to do whatever they can, going to make you feel like they are the one. But it's all for their own sake.
Yeah, all to satisfy some agenda that you don't know about.
That you don't know about here.
Yeah. The other possibility is that if you're cross-watching, this is a Gemini who is like this.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and this is a warning. This is something to watch out for.
Something to watch out for here. But you know, the thing is, I get around you that you should continue on your merry way. And if this is something that you're aware of or you recognize, don't go near it, because I think this has a real potential to throw you off base.
Yeah, as long as this hasn't happened yet.
As long as it hasn't happened yet,
Yeah.
But I have a feeling there's someone in your midst here that you need to be aware of that is trying to make you feel like they deeply understand you. But it's that old thing of manipulation tactics, and they think that they can do this because of what you've communicated to them, I feel. Because I get here that you have been saying things to them actually that probably aren't even true. You may be saying that your partner, you don't get on with your partner, you don't sleep with your partner or something like that. But I don't think that that's the truth, because we have the Page of Swords in reverse. So that coming up there as the strength of this relationship is that this relationship is based on a lie.
Yeah.
But this person is thinking, oh, that person's not understood by their partner, they're not sleeping with a partner, I'm going to be that person's partner.
Okay. So over here, the outcome, if nothing changes, the Hanged Man in reverse, it's a very, very stagnant energy. You know, I feel like this person over here might be in a bit of this state for a while, and this serves as a warning.
Yeah.
If this has happened to them in the past, it's a warning not to get involved with somebody like this again.
Yeah.
If this is happening now or soon to happen in the future, again, it's a warning to stay away from this kind of person who all they're trying to do is satisfy their own personal agenda, basically suck energy and love from you, and then leave you picking up the pieces at the end. This is not the kind of person who gets involved in long-term relationships with people. They don't have any real capacity for it.
Yeah.
I'm getting the real sense that we're dealing with a narcissist over here on this side of the table, and I don't think this narcissist is watching tarot.
No.
So what we're looking at here is Gemini, somebody who's around you, who's like this, or you're cross-watching and this is a Gemini who's acting like this.
Yeah.
All right.
Lots to clarify in part 2. You know, I just feel like there's this energy around this, so of possible, there's definitely emotional manipulation from this side of the energy, and this person is going to try their darndest with you, Gemini, if they haven't already, to get you where they want them. So we'll see where this goes in part 2. The link will be below in the descriptions box, so that will be on the Vimeo channel. If we don't see you there, then we wish you all the best, and if you'd like a personal reading, you can email gypsyinsights@gmail.com, and that email is also below in the descriptions box. So wishing you the best here, Gemini.
Thank you, Gemini. Goodbye and good luck.